cool, I get it. You're absolutely sick to the back teeth of getting dunked on by the basement-dwelling, acne-covered COD nerds of the world. Well, don't worry, because today I have an absolutely banger Modern Warfare 2 tips and tricks video that is going to help you improve at Modern Warfare 2 almost instantly. Now, before we go too far into the video, I do just want to remind you guys, I'm currently engaged in a rather stupid slap bet because I got far too drunk the other night and bet my brother-in-law that I would be at 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I know that that sounds like an extremely tall task, but if you could just spare the half a millisecond it takes to subscribe, my face and I would be eternally grateful. But with that out of the way, let's get on with the rest of the video. Now, the first thing that I want to tell you to do is actually within your settings before you even get into a game. I want you to change the color of the little icon that pops up above an enemy. This is something that is seriously getting me killed a lot, and I literally only found out you could do this today, so I'm passing on this tip to you. If you go into the settings, then to accessibility, and then to color customization, you can change the interface element colors. If you scroll down to enemy, you can change this to absolutely any color you like. I chose pink because it shows out the most, but you can change it to whatever you think is going to be most useful. The problem is with red is it blends in with a lot of the environments within the game, so you end up missing a lot of people, especially if they're little rat bastards that are hiding in the corner or lying down just waiting to ruin your fucking day. Now, whilst we're on the subject of being in your settings, I want you to go ahead and change your minimap to square. All you have to do is go into the interface settings, then your HUD minimap shape, and change that from circle to square. The reason you do this is because it's going to give you about 25% more information. I don't actually know the percentage because I'm not a massive nerd, but you get to see a lot more of the map. What this means is, although we don't have a classic minimap whereby if someone shoots their gun unsuppressed they show up on it, it will help you tremendously being able to spot enemies if you do have a UAV up or if you're looking for your own teammates. If you stick with round, this means that you're cutting off the corners of the minimap, and sometimes when you're playing a game and you've got a UAV up, you can see that there's someone on the corner of your minimap that you might think is absolutely ages away. However, if you swap it to square, you'll be able to see that they're just hiding in a corner waiting to kill you. So change your minimap to square. And whilst we're on the subject of the minimap, you can actually gain a lot of information by using your teammate's position in the minimap. I've spoken about this before, but because of the squad spawning in Modern Warfare 2, you can pretty much always guess where the enemy is spawning, judging by where your teammates are facing. You can see all of this information on the minimap, and if you have the minimap bigger, you'll be able to get even more of this information. So have a look at where both the allies are spawning and the direction that they're looking at, because this will give you a much better indication as to where the enemy is. Moving on, I just want to talk to you about something called Pikas Advantage. Pikas Advantage is something that is quite a hot topic in any games. If you think about games with very high stakes where you have one life, like a Battle Royale or Escape from Tarkov or something in that vein, Pikas Advantage can be a massive deal. It's not something that we speak about a lot in Call of Duty because the engagements happen so fast and there's usually about 40 to 50 engagements per match. However, if you understand what Pikas Advantage is and you can use it to your advantage, you're going to win so many more gunfights and really improve at Modern Warfare 2. The main premise of what Pikas Advantage is because of the servers that we play on. The servers have a finite amount of times that they can refresh during any given second. What this means is, on your screen, if you can peek a corner quickly, there's a fraction of a second where you can see the enemy after you've peeked before they see you. This means that if you go round every single corner and you're already pre-aiming the corner and you're already ready to fire, in that split second it takes, you can get that first shot off, which 9 times out of 10 in Modern Warfare 2 will mean that you win the gunfight. If you approach every single corner realizing that you have the advantage if you're peeking, you will kill absolutely every single camper that you see. It's actually a really bad idea to hold an angle like you see a lot of people do in this game because of this exact reason. If you're the one pushing, you really are going to have the advantage. Now, some things to bear in mind if you want to get the most out of Pikas Advantage is to make sure you focus your weapon builds on your aiming walking speed. This means that you'll be able to glide around corners extremely quickly whilst you already have your gun up, thus giving you even more of an advantage. Similarly, you can make sure that you're running something like bumper jumper or a scuff controller whereby you can aim and jump at the same time. Just bear in mind that if you are jump shotting around corners, this won't work well for every single gun. Guns like SMGs work perfectly because of their inherent fast aim down sight speed. However, when you jump and try to aim down sight at the same time, your ADS speed is actually increased by about a third, meaning if you're already running a quite a slow build when it comes to ADS, if you try and jump shot, you're actually going to be putting yourself at a disadvantage. So do bear that in mind when you're attempting these techniques. Now next, I want to give you a tip that I should really follow myself. If you watch any of my gameplay, you know that I'm absolutely terrible at doing this. And that is, of course, playing the objective. I know it's a long-running joke that nobody plays the objective in Call of Duty. And to be honest, that is true. Because of the skill-based matchmaking, we don't even have combat records anymore. Winning and losing on a match-to-match basis don't really matter that much in COD. At least not for me, and I know it doesn't matter for a lot of people either. However, playing the objective is going to give you a much better feel of the flow of each match. If you're constantly following where the hard point is, you'll know what sort of tactics the enemy are going to use to get on the hard point. Similarly, if you're running around trying to capture the points on domination instead of just holding head glitches, you're going to get a much better feel of the rush routes and a much better realization of how you can get behind enemies and jump on flags. As well as this, if you change your kill streaks to score streaks, this means that by playing the objective, you're actually getting XP towards your next score streak. This is absolutely incredible because things like UAVs and counter UAVs, even at that lower level, are so very useful at gaining that vital information that you need to be able to absolutely pop off in this game. So don't do as I do as I say, and play the fucking objective. And finally, the last tip that I want to give you is stop playing solo. Playing solo in this game is honestly so punishing. I know that a lot of people enjoy playing solo, and I myself really enjoy playing solo. However, if you get down into my comments, you can drop down your Activision ID and find people to play with, so that even if you don't want to talk, if you're in a squad that you know you can trust and you know you can rely on, you're going to have a much better experience. Just be careful about squadding up with people who are way better than you, because this is going to make your experience horrible. And that about wraps it up on these tips on how to get better in Modern Warfare 2. I really hope that some of you found some value in this content. Now, for those of you who have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. If you had to choose between being really rich but you have a huge monobrow, or being poor but you look like a Greek god, which would you choose? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.